Good morning, my dear students. This is my third video. In the previous video, in the second video, we have finished discussion of diffusion and osmosis. Let us discuss now how the plant absorb the water and minerals. Let us understand this. The plants absorb water and minerals from the soil with the help of root hairs. Clear? Plant absorb water and minerals from the soil with the help of root hairs. These water and minerals, they are collectively called as cell sap. The water and minerals, they are collectively called as sap. And when this sap is present in the cell, it can be called as cell sap. Now, my dear students, the root hairs are the unicellular, thin walled outgrowths of outermost epidermal layer of root. So, these root hairs, they arise from the root, from the epidermal layer of the root. My dear students, the root hairs increases the surface area of roots. Clear? That is the function of root hairs. Root hairs, they used to increase the surface area of roots for quick absorption of water and minerals. Clear? So, root hairs, my dear students, they increase the surface area of roots for quick absorption of water and minerals. Next, we shall discuss it by the help of a diagram. Yes, my dear students, this is the diagram of root hair. In this, the root is there. This is the root, and at the downside there is a root tip and root cap. And from this root, the root hair arises. You can see here in the diagram, these are the root hairs. They arises from the root. And a small diagram you can see, it is the epidermal layer. It is the outgrowth from the epidermal layer of the cell, this root hair. So, these root hairs, a small root also contain millions, means a small root also contains thousands of root hairs, and these root hairs, they will increase the surface area so that the water and minerals can be easily absorbed from the soil. Clear? So, root hair, my dear students, they increases the surface area for the absorption of water and minerals from the soil. Now, next let us see absorption of water. The absorption of water, that is done by the osmosis process. Just see to it, root hairs absorb water from the soil by the process of osmosis. By the process of osmosis, the root hairs used to absorb the water. Now, you can see that outside the root hair there is a high concentration of water. We used to pour the water in the soil. So, outside the root hair there is high concentration of water, and inside the cell there is low concentration of water. So, my dear student, water will move from the soil to the root hair. Clear? From the soil to the root hair, because soil is having high concentration of water and the root hair is having low concentration of water. So, this is being explained here in this paragraph. Let us discuss. The concentration of water molecules is higher. Just see to it. The concentration of water molecules is higher in soil, surrounding soil, than that of inside the root hair cell. So, the water from the soil, it will be absorbed by the root hair. Clear? So, just now I explained the same. From the root hair, then water passes to the cortex region. It means from one cell to another cell. That also happens by the help of cortex, and finally this water reaches to xylem across the cortex layers of the root into the xylem. The membranes of the living cells of root hair are selectively permeable in nature, which tend to allow the passage for only certain substances and restrict the passage for others. Now, my dear students, the membrane, which is the cell membrane which is present in the root hair, that act as semi-permeable membrane, Now, let us discuss the next. This can be discussed by the help of this diagram, how all the things are happening. My dear students, you can just see to the diagram. This is the soil, and we have poured water in the soil, and this one is the root hair as it is being marked. So, the root hair will absorb water from the soil particles. Root hair will absorb water from the soil particles. Clear all of you? By the process of osmosis, because outside here there is high concentration of water, and inside the root hair there is low concentration of water. So, water will move into the root hair. Then, my dear students, this water goes from one cell to another cell. It goes from one cell to another cell. That it reaches from the epidermis layer, it reaches to the cortex region. The water reaches to the cortex region, water and minerals, from one cell to another cell. So, as you see in the diagram, the water is moving from one cell to another cell, from one cell to the another cell by the process of osmosis. Then finally, this water, my dear students, it reaches to xylem vessel. This water reaches to the xylem vessel. Clear? My dear students, this water then reaches to the xylem vessel, and this xylem vessel then it carries it to the different parts of the plant. So, this is the diagram, my dear students. Yes, my dear students, next we will discuss absorption of minerals. Next, we will discuss this absorption of minerals. There are a lot of minerals which are being absorbed from the soil, like calcium, potassium, nitrogen. Different minerals, they are being absorbed by the roots from the soil. By two methods it is being done, diffusion and active transport. So, the absorption of minerals is done by diffusion and active transport. Clear all of you? The absorption of minerals from the soil, it is done by two processes. First one is diffusion and second one is active transport. Now, one by one we will discuss them. First we will discuss diffusion in plants. First we will discuss diffusion. Let us see to this diffusion. Diffusion in plants, soil water moves into the root hairs by a simple process called diffusion. It is a process in which already we have seen the definition of the diffusion earlier in the earlier video. It is a process in which the molecules move from their higher concentration to their lower concentration. In plants, when the concentration of mineral molecule is higher in the soil water, then that inside the root hair absorb mineral molecules by the process of diffusion. So, my dear students, only one thing you have to understand from this paragraph, from this whole paragraph, that by the help of diffusion, the the minerals are being absorbed by the plants. And then you have to understand the definition which we have already understood in the previous discussion about the diffusion. Clear all of you? Next, my dear students, we will see active transport. Active transport, many of the minerals, they are being absorbed by active transport. Now, let us discuss what is this active transport. Let us discuss the active transport in detail. First, let us see the definition. The movement of mineral molecules from a lower concentration to a higher concentration by utilizing energy from the cell is called active transport. So, this is the definition of active transport, my dear students. Active transport means movement of molecules from their lower concentration to a higher concentration by utilizing energy of the cell. This is known as active transport. Clear? So, in active transport, energy is required and the molecules, they used to move from lower concentration to higher concentration. There are many minerals which are being absorbed by this process, my dear students. There are many minerals like nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. Clear? So, that is known as active transport. So, minerals, they are being absorbed by two methods, one is diffusion and other one is active transport. Next, we shall discuss this one, conduction of water and minerals in plants. First is, what is conduction? The transport of substances from one part of a plant to another is called conduction. Clear? The transport of substances from one part of plant to another is called conduction. Now, generally here there are two types of conduction taking place. One is the water and minerals are being conducted through the xylem vessel, and the food, that is transported by the help of phloem. Here we are discussing, my dear students, the conduction of water and minerals. So, let us see to it. The conduction of water and minerals absorbed by the root can be explained in terms of ascent of sap and root pressure. So, this conduction can be explained by two terms, ascent of sap and root pressure. Let us discuss one by one these two topics, ascent of sap and root pressure. Ascent of sap and root pressure. Let us discuss this ascent of sap, my dear student. Sap, as I told you earlier, the water and minerals together is known as sap. What is sap? Do you understand? Sap means the water and minerals together known as sap. And when it is present, when water and minerals are present in a cell, it is known as cell sap. Now this is ascent of sap. Ascent means transportation of sap. How the transportation of this sap takes place, water and minerals takes place. So I have already explained just now, this ascent of sap is done by the help of xylem vessel. About xylem we have already discussed in the previous video. So once the mineral dissolved in water are absorbed, they move from the outer layer of epidermis to the cortex and then to xylem. In the previous diagram I told you this. These water and minerals, they finally reach to xylem. The xylem, it consists of vessels, tracheids, which are long, hollow and cylindrical in shape. So these xylem elements, they form a system of pipeline that finally connects the. So these xylem elements, they form a pipeline, and through this pipeline the ascent of sap takes place. The movement of water and minerals takes place. Then next, my dear students, see the definition of ascent of sap. The process of upward conduction of cell sap from the roots to other parts of plant against gravity is called ascent of sap. So what is ascent of sap? The process of upward conduction of cell sap from the roots to other parts of the plant against gravity, that is known as ascent of sap. And my dear student, this ascent of sap is done by the xylem. So you have to mark the definition of ascent of sap from here. The process of upward conduction of cell sap from the roots to other parts of the plant against gravity is called ascent of sap. Next we will discuss the root pressure. Last topic of today's video, root pressure. My dear students, there is a continuous flow of water. So this continuous flow of water develops a kind of pressure. There is a continuous flow of water into the roots, and this continuous flow of water, it creates a kind of pressure in the roots, and that is known as root pressure. Let us see to this topic. The continuous inflow of absorbed water by the root hair causes an accumulation of mineral salts in the xylem, as a result of which concentration of water gets reduced in the xylem. This creates a concentration gradient which is strong enough to draw water and minerals to be transported towards the stem. Due to continuous inflow of water, yes my dear student, this you have to just pay attention. Due to continuous inflow of water, a pressure develops in the roots which helps the upward movement of plant sap, and this is called root pressure. So what is root pressure? Due to the continuous inflow of water, a pressure gets developed in the roots which helps in the upward movement of the cell sap, and this pressure which is developed in the root is known as root pressure, So thank you everyone. This here I will end this today's video. Next we will discuss in the next video. So up to root pressure we have discussed here. Thank you everyone.